Hi guys, welcome to another speed build, and today we're building a cute little cottage. That's what I've called it. It's almost a fairy tale cottage, but not quite. If I was going to build a fairy tale cottage, there's a few things that I would do a bit differently, but what I really wanted to do was to use the roof pattern that looks like hay, so you'll see that go on in a minute, and I really wanted to do the roof a bit rounded. So I don't normally do that. I saw someone do it in another video, and it reminded me of how cute it can actually look. So yeah, that's what I did for this build. There we go with the hay roof, and I thought about doing it in stone or brick, and I end up deciding on these bricks here with the sort of mix of tones. I thought they kind of blended in nicely with the hay, and then I left some of them as the painted texture. I'm sort of imagining that the original structure was just the bit in stone, and then the second story was added at some point. That's what I was going for anyway. And then the door and windows, my goodness, I just could not decide which ones I wanted, because like I do love the way shutters look, but I wasn't sure if the ones with shutters were like too big. I didn't want the windows to take up too much space, because it's not a very big build, you know, it's on the smallest lot size. I think it's 20 by 30, and it's not the grandest of houses. So yeah, in the end I ended up as well choosing the windows that have got the green in them, so I thought they sort of tie in nicely with the landscaping, and I do a lot of landscaping at the end. In fact, this is probably my favourite bit of the house, is the garden, so I kind of like that the windows blend into that almost. Plus, like, it was just a bit more interesting than just doing white wood for the windows. Please excuse that yawn. The upstairs is very small, so actually the bathroom ends up being downstairs, but you know, that's not unrealistic for a house like this, especially, I don't know, I know older houses tend not to have plumbing upstairs. Like the house I live in at the moment doesn't have any plumbing upstairs. Oh wait, no, it does. What am I talking about? The one I lived in last year didn't know. So yeah, I put the bathroom sort of off to the side, and here I just added some bigger windows there because I wanted to let a bit more light into the space. And the fireplaces, I thought, great original feature, have one at each end of the property. I would have put them in the bedrooms too, but the fireplaces in The Sims 4 are so big. I wish we had like smaller ones, you know, or like the ones that we had in The Sims 2 where they add the chimney outside and you don't have to build that yourself. But yeah, I just thought, how decadent would it be to have a bathtub right in front of a fireplace? It just sounds so cozy, and I ended up leaving most of the walls plain, but I added this one, I mean it is bat wallpaper, but I just liked I liked the colours in it, so I went with it. And then I did one wall of tile in the bathroom, although not those tiles because they were a bit too dark. It is such a small space, and the bricking on the fireplace is quite dark, so I didn't want to make the bathroom feel too small, you know. It is a nice big space. Curtains for privacy, obviously. And yeah, here goes the bathtub right in front of the fireplace. It just sounds so cozy. And yeah, at first I was just gonna do the stone floor around the fireplace, and I was like, I might as well just do the entire bathroom with this like nice slate grey tile. And yeah, I moved the toilet as well, so I didn't like where it was, and I put one nice mirror there as well, so you've got a nice area to get dressed. Like, there isn't a lot of room upstairs, so I'd imagine like you would come down and check yourself in that mirror. And we're moving on to the communal space, and I was so torn on how to divide this up, because I really I really wanted the dining table to be in that little bit at the back that juts out, so I ended up just putting that there first, because I was like, well, I know that that's going to go there, and then I was like trying to figure out where to put the kitchen, where to put the sort of sitting area without blocking up too much of the space, and obviously I didn't want to move the fireplace because it fits so perfectly in between those two windows. So yeah, I ended up putting the kitchen right by the stairs, which some people might find a little bit weird, but I like how there's sort of makes the sitting area more separate. It is very compact, but I think I fit a lot in. I put that little console table in to sort of divide off the space as well. And I did block one of the windows with a bookcase, but I felt it was justified and, not unrealistic. Like maybe that window doesn't open anymore, so they just shoved the bookcase in front of it. This build would have been impossible without the vampire game pack, because there's just so many little period details, like that little candle that you just don't have if you don't have the vampires pack. So I definitely enjoyed that pack. I use it quite a lot. I don't play with the vampires necessarily, but I do love the decor items that came with it, and the colour swatches as well. I love that it came with that sort of really pale purple. Although I didn't use it in this build. I thought about it, but I decided not to. I'm just putting in some general clutter items. Put that little tea set on the side table. It was a nice little feature. And some nice curtains again, just tying in making it look a little more old-fashioned. Like, I feel like nowadays we don't tend to put curtains in communal spaces, but it's a very sort of period thing to do, and I really wanted to do this room red. I don't normally use the red stuff in The Sims 4, but I felt that bed was just so appropriate, and I was like, go bold. Like, these people have probably spent all of their money decorating this bedroom. Putting just a little bit of decor, like that tapestry I thought was really blended in well. Again, wouldn't be able to decorate this room without the vampire stuff back. And then the other room, I wasn't sure if it was for a girl or a boy, so I did it green, which I know some people might not like, but I just thought it's a nice sort of neutral colour. It's very soft. I mean, if this was a vacation rental, you could probably add it in a second bed into this room. Like, there's definitely space to put one vertically down the room. But I just put in that little desk, and your Sims won't be able to use it because of where the chair is, but I just thought it was a nice touch, having a little desk looking out of the window. And I think I put a violin in that room as well, just, some stuff to do. And we're about to move on to the garden, which is my favourite bit. I love painting the pathways. Like, I mean, it does look a bit weird at the moment, but once I put the stuff in, like, this is my favourite. I think this is my actual favourite part of the whole house, this little sort of enchanted pool that I put in. It took me forever because the stones kept trying to float, but I mean, it is technically a fountain, but we're saying it's an enchanted pool. I love the way it looks, and if you did want to use this as like a fantasy cottage, fairy tale cottage, then, this pool could be something fun for your Sims to, I don't know, maybe the frog prince lives in that pond, I don't know. And then I just filled the garden with flowers because it just looks so pretty, and I think it really heightens the sort of cottagey feel. So I really enjoy landscaping and doing gardens like this with huge flowery borders. Like, I think I use like every kind of flower that we have in the game, or certainly that I have in mine. But yeah, like, I sort of use the flowers to make the border so that you don't need a fence. Because I think when the property's this small, like, the fences kind of smush it in a bit too much. Yeah, we're not too far away from the screenshots now, so thank you for watching. Please like this video, comment on it, and subscribe if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more. Most of my builds tend to be this sort of style without mod cons, but I do like to challenge myself to build some more modern stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you again, and we're going to move into the screenshots. Bye!